good day. Today is a good day. Indian Motorcycle just dropped the new 2025 Challenger. And there has been, let's see, like 5, 6, 4. Wait, there's been a few changes. Let's get into it. What's going on, guys? Fish here. If you don't know me, I'm Ridingfish, where I do motorcycle content about 99% of the time. 1% of the time, I do whatever the hell I think is cool. Today is motorcycle content. Also, we've all been wanting this. We've all been waiting. We need the details. The 2025 Challenger, what's gonna happen? We need to know. Indian Motorcycle has just announced the 2025 Challenger and Pursuit, and it is exciting. Did they just do another paint job? No. You know, do they have paint? Yes, they have some paint. But did they make changes? Yes, they made changes. And we're gonna get into that. But I just wanna point out something. The other day, somebody said to me, man, Indian hasn't changed the Challenger since they released. It's been what, 5 years? Bro, what are you talking about? They came out in 2020. How often are you supposed to change a bike, right? In the meantime, Indian Motorcycle came out with the Sport Chief, came out with a redesigned FTR, which rest in peace, RIP. The FTR is no longer being made anymore. Bummer. Came out with a brand new Scout, a brand new motor. And yes, in just this short amount of time, Indian Motorcycle is finally changing the Indian Challenger platform and Pursuit. So a lot of the stuff I say about Challenger and Pursuit, I mean, kind of they're interchangeable, right? A Challenger is a stripped down full tour version of a Pursuit, or a Pursuit is a fully dressed performance bagger, which is known as the Indian Challenger. Today, we are going to talk about that. As you can see, I'm a little excited. I just got all the information and I'm pumped to bring it to you, as I always do. And if you look here, I own a 2022 Indian Challenger. This is spicy candy, one of one in the world. There's a lot of beautiful white Pursuit icons out there. There's only one spicy candy. And
what's a man got to do to get a woman like you? What's a man got to do to touch a woman like you?
Spicy candy. And she is quite a bit different. But in the same thing, Indian Motorcycle took some notes. Or did I just get ahead of the game? Yeah, I probably took ahead of the game. So first thing first, everybody wants to know about this 2025 Power Plus motor. Are the rumors true? 108 pushing 122 horsepower and 128 feet-pounds of torque, fully liquid-cooled motor. Are they really going to go to the 112 cubic inch motor? The answer is yes. Now, today, I'm shooting this video, and I might interrupt myself right here. And if I didn't interrupt myself, as of today, I have a little bit of issue. We're gonna talk about a few things. We're gonna talk about some of the changes today. We're gonna talk about some of the pricing today, no problem. I'm gonna talk about all that stuff. There's a couple things I don't know. I don't know if this bike is going to come with an option of a 112, or if there's gonna be a kit available for the 112. I'm not sure which is which, but in full transparency, that I do know. I do know about the 112, and we're gonna talk about that in just 1 second. But first, I thought we would talk about some of the changes that Indian Motorcycle has made other than the motor. And the first one is, this is something that I've had so many people suggest over and over. linked brake systems. Now, if you're a guy, and I don't know how this works, maybe I'll try to get an engineer and ask him, but linked brake system, those work by when you apply one brake, the bike electronically applies the other. So if you apply some front, it will help you with some rear, I believe it helps you with the front. I don't know the science behind it, the engineering exactly, if it's, you know, why it does it. I know it uses the RDRS system, which is what it already, or smart lean technology. I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically the same thing, which the bike knows when you're cornering and you start throttling it out, it understands that the traction control has to be a little more sensitive, right? Because if you're in mid lean, you really crank on it, you don't need it coming back around. Or if you're in a lean and you're like putting a little pressure on the front brake, you don't want to tuck it, right? So the bike understands the difference of traction control and the lean technology, so they are keeping that. Okay, now without further ado, let's listen to what the pros say smart lean technology is.
The Indian Challenger redefines fully loaded with the widest array of features and benefits of any American V-twin bagger. But its most impressive feature may just be something you can't see. Indian's state-of-the-art smart lean technology, an intuitive system that overcomes limitations of standard traction control and anti-lock braking systems. It all begins with the Bosch 6-axis inertial measurement unit, or IMU. The IMU calculates the exact orientation of the motorcycle at all times, collecting and processing a variety of data to predict wheel slip before it occurs for safer throttle and braking application while cornering. Standard traction control systems use wheel sensors to detect the loss of traction. The problem is, they assume the motorcycle is stable and upright and fail to account for lean angle or unstable road conditions. Ultimately, it's during sharper lean angles while cornering where it's most common to lose traction and have the rear end step out. The Challenger's dynamic traction control with cornering control takes lean angle into account, calculating the optimal amount of power to the rear wheel to maximize acceleration and minimize the chances of losing the rear end. Like standard traction control systems, standard anti-lock braking systems also fail to account for lean angle when a motorcycle is cornering. This is a problem, considering the fact that the most common single-vehicle motorcycle crash scenario is low-sided, which can occur while cornering when too much brake pressure is applied relative to the available traction. The Challenger's ABS control optimizes brake pressure based on the lean angle while cornering to further enhance safety and performance. This minimizes the odds of tucking the front end and low-siding, while also maintaining course through an apex versus running wide and crossing a center line. In addition, Challenger is equipped with drag torque control to significantly reduce rear wheel spinning, sliding, or chirping during abrupt downshifts. Smart lean technology is virtually thinking on the rider's behalf to minimize common riding hazards and maximize rider confidence on the road. And that's something you just can't put a price on.
The base model Indian Challenger comes with a 108 motor, and no RDRS, no GPS. You can always add a GPS, but you cannot add RDRS. They did make some changes to the smart lean technology and some of the features that it has. All right, so some of the new stuff is what I'm calling a link brake system. This new feature optimizes brake pressure across both the front and brake circuits based on the rider's brake input, delivering a balanced and efficient braking performance. That is what they're calling the link brake. They're calling it the electronic combined brake system. I call them linked brakes. And while we're talking about brakes, so again, it's taking all the consideration of the smart lean technology while you are braking. They also have bike hold control. This is activated by the rider. This system automatically maintains brake pressure to prevent the bike from rolling while resting on an incline for up to 3 minutes. So some people, some basic people, they like to call this, I'm also a basic person, hill assist, okay? So have you ever came up to a hill and you hit that stop sign at the top? It's a little bit more of an incline than you wanted. And if you're not comfortable with 1 foot on the ground, you got your rear brake smashed, you know, and you go to put your front brake and then you have your front brake and then you're trying to add throttle release, your bike rolls, people freak out, people dump bikes, dump clutches, stalls the bike, right? All these things happen all the time. That's where brake hold control or hill assist comes into effect for up to 3 minutes, which I was pretty impressed by. I thought that was a long time. I like this. If you are a rolling burnout kind of guy, I don't know what the linked brake system's gonna do. It probably will not be your thing, right? Now, if you get a basic or the standard Challenger, this does not come on it, and you can't add it. You can add GPS, but you cannot add this. Indian has also, in the name of safety, Indian motorcycle, so this is the upgraded brake system. They have also added some warnings, some safety measures built into the side mirrors are now a blind spot warning. I could not determine how this is going to work, if this is going to be one of those times where you hit the blinker, then it alerts you, which I don't think that's the case. I think it's going to be like a car where when somebody's coming up, on the mirror itself, it maybe indicates probably amber or orange. And it kind of just tells you, hey, somebody's here, right? Maybe you can't see them, but somebody's there. And it's built in to the mirror, so when you're checking your mirror, you see it, it indicates it's nice and loud. But they also have 2 other things. They have a indicator. They added on the 7-inch ride command, which as far as I can tell, the ride command is the same as all the other models, 7 inches.
That's quite big. Impressive.
The dash is the same on all the 25s, Pursuits and Challengers, but they do have a rear tailgate sensor. So it is an indicator that is on your ride command system that will indicate to you that somebody is behind you. And to combine that, I thought this was pretty interesting. If it indicates that they're going to hit you, they have a way of indicating to the person, and I haven't really seen this. Let me look at this. Let's see. They have a rear collision warning. This feature alerts the what the hell? The vehicle behind you that's approaching with a rear light when its potential collision is detected. So I'm guessing it's like a tweaker blinker or it's the strobe effect, but I don't know if it's your brake system, if it's on your license plate holder. I have no idea, to be honest, but they have it. So I haven't seen it in effect yet, but I'm just like, they're indicating, right? They're making motorcycle, which we already push it. People get rear-ended, stoplights, stop signs. It happens all the time. So the fact that Indian Motorcycle is going the extra mile to try to make us safer so we can keep enjoying our livelihoods, our love, our passions as long as possible, heck yeah, Indian Motorcycle. Great job thinking out of the box on that one. I freaking love it. Keeping us just a little bit safer. You know, that's why a lot of people love to split lanes, because you get out of the way. You're not able to be, you know, rear-ended, or you don't have to worry about. So just for fun, let's write this down. We have a, let's see, how should we word it? The brake hold, electronic sensors. We have the, blind spot warning, blind spot. and the tailgate warning. And then they also have the rear collision, oh, I almost spelled that wrong, collision warning. So the new, just real quick, we got link brake system, the hill assist or a bike hold control, and we have the warnings. We have the blind spot warning, the tailgate warning, those are for us, indicated on the mirror in the ride command, and then the rear collision warning, which is an indicator, indicates to the vehicle behind us that they are approaching. Don't you wish it would be like flipping them the bird or something? Like, bro, slow down, right here, you know? That would be amazing. So those are the new ride command systems. And I just want to refresh you in case you're new to the channel, or if you're new to Indian motorcycle. All Indian motorcycle challengers come with traction control on and off. They come with ride modes, 3 ride modes. So those are all standard, and it may not talk about it too much because at this point, most people understand that Indian motorcycle reps that. We have a rain mode, a standard mode, basic mode, and then we have the sport mode, which there ain't no mode other than sport, no, baby. At least that's what Candy says. New mirror design, right? The mirrors are new because they have the indicator. I think they look way better than the Indian motorcycle old stock mirrors. And me personally, I've had these Arlen S for a long time. It's about time to be switching things up. So I'm good with this. I have not been able to find out if it's gonna be possible to take the mirrors and put them on the older bikes. I don't think so, just to be clear. That's a future video. I will ask some engineers when I get an opportunity, or Indian motorcycle reps, if they can be retrofitted to older bikes. But I don't know. I would assume that there's probably not a sensor in the older bikes, the 24s, 23s, 22s, 21s, and 20s. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. You guys want to talk about big bore kit or big motor? I'm not sure at this moment. I probably maybe corrected myself. Maybe I didn't, I don't know. But let's talk about it. The new Power Plus 112. I'm gonna put my best like Indian motorcycle representative, you know. Taking the bagger and tour performance to the entirely new level is the Power Plus 112. Dang right. If you're new to the channel, also, I have a 112 in here. I'll talk about that in a minute. I think that will help educate the public a little bit of opportunity and, you know, see how that goes. But I'll talk to you about my personal 112 in just a second. Unleashing the power of 126 horsepower and 133 feet-pounds of torque on the fully liquid-cooled Power Plus motor. Now, to talk about that for just a second, my bike was 100 to the wheel was 130 horsepower and 135 feet-pounds of torque, and so them claiming 126, 133, I think they're probably being very fair and accurate. Obviously, I haven't touched one of these bikes yet, but I'll tell you what, when I do, we'll put it on the dyno. Okay, I'll put it on a dyno, we'll find out what it is. We all know if you tune a bike, you can get more out of it, you can get more juice, but they're claiming 126, 133. The 108s were 122, 128. So, you know, one thing about these 112s is that they are, they've been tested on the racetracks. They understand a lot about them, as they won King of the Baggers last year, Moto America Series, where they take the Power Plus motors, they take the Challengers and they go against Harley Davidson. And yeah, Indian Motorcycle freaking won the whole series with a 112. And it was 112 versus 131.6. So to show you the difference between the power of this Power Plus motor versus Harley Davidson's dual cooled motor, where they cool it with air and oil, or liquid head cooling, I think is how they call it. I don't know, something like that. Pretty sure they cool the heads liquid, and then they also do air cooled. So they're kind of getting, you know, a little bit liquid cooly also. But this hangs right there with the 131. I'm just curious, real fast. Let's see, let's ask Google. Hey Google, how much horsepower and torque does the Harley Davidson CVO Road Glide have? The claimed horsepower of the CVO Road Glide ST is 127 horsepower and 145 torque. And that's a 121 cubic inch motor. Okay, Google, how much is a 2024 Harley Davidson CVO Road Glide? 40, this is weird, it says 44, I thought it was a little cheaper than that. 40, okay, well let's just call it 40, we got a 44.5 and a 42.9. So we got a 44.5, I'm gonna put this one in red. We got the HD CVO, $44,000, okay? Featuring 127 horsepower and 145 torque. So that's what you get from them. And I don't know how everybody's gonna love me talking about and comparing these real quick, but I picked that motor because it's their most powerful motor off of the line. So if Indian Motorcycle, the Indian Motorcycle Company, produces 128 horsepower and 133 torque. By the way, again, this is a 112 cubic inch motor, and this is a 121 high output. You're asking me, how much are these Indian Challengers? We're gonna have three options here on the Indian Challenger. We have the standard option, which does not come with any of the RDRS, like we've been discussing. And it is starting, they have a black metallic and a heavy metal smoke. So I have two colors, but it's $26,499 and $27,250. Let's just call this 500. So we got 26.5, 27 for essentially what would be, you know, the base, and that would be, see, and here's the fucking thing. This is a 108. So this one is the 122 horsepower with 128 torque. So for 26.5, you get 122. To get close to that, I mean, what does the 117s have? Let's find out. Okay, Google, how much horsepower and torque does a 2024 Harley Davidson Road Glide have? So this is the CVO, right? I'm gonna put this one in brown. I'll let you decide why I'm doing brown. But their 117 cubic inch motor has 105 horsepower and 130, that's actually pretty good, torque. 117, so you get a 105, so quite a bit less horsepower. That's interesting. The 130, you know, it's a big, this is a 117 cubic inch motor. This is a 108. This would be the 108. Let me make sure this is very clear. And this one, let's just talk about this. It starts at 26,000 bucks. That would be for the lowest bottom, chrome and just their billiards gray. If you were to get black, it's $26,800 if you want black, which is the same colors as this. So you save 300 bucks, you get way more horsepower. Should we even talk about, well, this is not a comparison video. It is kind of, it always is. But this is what a 2025 Indian Challenger is. We also have the red. Do we want red? No, we need green, baby. Green. Green means go. All right. So we also have the Challenger Limited and Dark Horse. Now, my information, this is where I'm getting a little confused. Right now, the Challenger Limited, it's $27,500 for the black. You can get, oh, ghost white metallic with black metallic. Okay, that's $29,000. That must be a special, like a special one. Then there's a sunset red that's $28,250. So basically 24. Now the limited and the dark horse, they come with the navigation. They come with which is you can like do multi-point directions. You can go to hit all your spots on Tell of the Dragon and the, you know, Chalahala Highway or whatever it's called. But then you also get the ride command, and you get, you get the RDRS or the smart lean technology. You get all that with these, right? So you're gonna pay a little bit more, obviously, but basically, we already decided green's good, right? So basically, this is gonna be $27,499 to $28,999 for the limited. And the limiteds are usually glossy finishes with a chrome accents. So your exhaust is gonna be chrome. Your crash bars, if you get them, will be chrome. A lot of chrome accents. Then you got the Indian Challenger Dark Horse. These come in 4 colors. We have black, smoke, Springfield blue, frost silver smoke, and moss green. Okay. And these are $28,499 to $29,249. So depending on color, everything else is the same. I don't know if these come with a 112 or a 108. I don't know. That's it. I don't know. Honestly, I just don't know. Follow all my socials. I'll get all the information to you guys like I always do. Now, we've already seen what the 108 does. Now I'm telling you what the 112 does. We've compared it to the 117 and their 121. So we are right there, you guys. It's pretty interesting. I think it's a big bang for your buck. Not a huge price increase. Because I mean, even this black one, if you took that out and it was 26.8, look at this. A little bit more, but this is the most basic road glide you could get in black. If you add, hang on, actually, that's a good idea. I want to find out what it's going to be if I add black, because this is chrome. That's chrome. So if I add black, it's $1,350. So $1,350 makes 0, makes 5, makes 11, 28, $28,150 if you did black on black. We're right here. If you go crazy, hang on, let's look at it real quick. If you go to, you can easily get to 28.5 depending on the colors you get. So just to show you where you're at, more. Green is good, right? It's interesting. But either way, just so you know, are we gonna talk about pursuits? Let's talk about pursuits real quick. I'm gonna leave this up. I'm gonna pull, I'll leave that like that. We're gonna pull this off like this. Pursuits, there's only gonna be two. There's a limited and a dark horse. Everything else is the same, as you guys know, comes with hard lowers and a trunk. I do not see a premium and a non-premium, just to be very clear about this. Pursuit Limited, which would be the chrome options. We have a few colors. We have black metallic, maroon, Springfield blue, heavy metal with black metallic. Pursuits, fully dressed pursuits are $31,999 to $33,499. Fully dressed bike. I paid $35 for mine. Hang on, but that's a dark horse. It's a dark horse. So let's look at this. Okay, that's a limited. All right, so dark horse. Here you go. A lot of options. Ready? Here we go. Black smoke, heavy metal, sunset red smoke with black smoke, Springfield blue vivid crystal with black vivid crystal, and ghost white metallic with black vivid crystal. Bro, I gotta see that dang bike. What the heck? Holy crap, that sounds sick. I do not have a picture of that bike. Man, I hope they show that bike in that release. Oh. Ooh, why gonna make me trade? Just playing, girls. Stop it. Just playing. Dang. It sounds like there's gonna be some crystal sisters out here. All right, here we go. Here we go. Guys, I know I'm like diarrhea of the mouth, but I'm just telling you, this stuff hypes me up. And to bring it to you, man, all right, here we go. Black smoke, the most chillest dark horse. We got $33,499. The most expensive one, which is that white metallic metal crystal with black vivid crystal. Indian motorcycle, y'all gotta let me get one of these. Let me just use it for a little while. Come on. Dang, it just sounds sick. Ghost usually means matte, not glossy. I don't know. I'm excited to see that. That is the banger. That's $35,999. That's what I paid. No, I think from mine I paid $34,999. So back in 22 for the Icon, the freaking Icon white, I paid $34,999. They went up $1,000. That's not a huge, crazy amount. And this has more stuff. This now has linked brake system, you know, hill assist for up to 3 minutes, all these warnings if it's blind spot, tailgate, rear collision. I'm gonna tell you one more thing that I don't know is I don't know if there's gonna be, how it works is the electronic preload suspension. I have no idea. I haven't gotten any confirmation on that. I have a request in. Maybe I just edited that part out and told you because I have a request in, and as the time of this video, I cannot bring it up. So, all right, guys, that is the 2025 Challengers. and pursuits, and I hope I answered all your questions. The only big things is I don't know about if the 112 comes in them or if it's all a kit. If it is, I sure hope I found out how much a kit is so I can tell you. And I don't know about the electronic preload suspension. If you're also new to the Indian Challenger, let me remind you, they have, the only thing I use more than the freaking throttle is the electric windshield. It is a game changer. If you've ever rode anything with a big fairing, buffeting is an issue and wind control is an issue, and these windshields work incredible with the availability of raising and lower them for more air, less air, and just all air control. Whew. That was a lot. Leave a comment down below, like, subscribe. If you leave comments, I'm gonna get to them. And man, I hope I have a follow-up video. And I will tell you this, as you're watching this, I'm just a couple of weeks away from riding one. So get ready, there will be my butt on one where I'll be able to test these bikes out. I'm pretty excited. And yeah, so all right guys, till next time, ride hard, ride fast, and say hi to somebody you don't know. Peace.